mysterious story.
The most frightful thing about damned objects is that there are no obvious notice signs, and by the time you realize you've been cursed, it's actually too late. Number 12. Paloma Rene, a YouTuber, makes up his mind to purchase a rumored ghost from eBay. She receives this letter, which describes an old ghost from the 1800s who haunted their home for years before being trapped in a jar. The instructions appear to have been typed quickly and are incomplete. Despite this warning, Paloma and her friend release the ghost and communicate with it via a Ouija board. They aren't taking this seriously at all, and for about 5 minutes, they demand some comparatively foolish questions. They receive mainly non-answers in return and prepare to call it quits, but first they examine to see if they have given offense to the ghost.
Or wait, are you gonna haunt us? Like, are you gonna make our life hell? Jin, don't you dare. Don't you dare.
This is the cursed response. Examine their hands again and tell me whether you believe this is a genuine paranormal response or if they are moving the pointer themselves. Number 11. A YouTuber named Cybernova purchases a pair of cursed dolls from eBay in order to investigate paranormal activity. She begins by interrogating one of the dolls with 2 copper rods. If a spirit is nearby, the rods should begin to move on their own.
Is there somebody here with us? Whoa. Whoa, this is freaking me out. I didn't do this last time.
She then locks the 2 dolls in a room and leaves a motion sensor camera running for a week. During the first few nights, she receives notifications of movement on her phone, which are followed by videos of orbs. Outside, she says that she listens to wild animals growling. As though that still lacked, this enigmatic crescent shape emerges briefly on the final night. If this is what takes place after 7 days, imagine how much activity Cybernova could have gotten if she kept the camera running for a month. Number 10. Soul Reaper Paranormal is a YouTuber who recently bought a stack of antique Bibles, 5 in total. He is certain that at least one of them contains a spirit because he frequently senses its presence drawing near.
I need you to come forwards now and give me some sort of sign.
Literally 5 seconds later.
If you watch it again, you'll notice that the Bible goes from totally stable to toppling over in less than a second. None of the other books drop over, which is especially strange given how touching they are. Because Soul Reaper's reaction is difficult to fake, either he is one of the best YouTube actors, or something is seriously wrong with this book in particular. Number 9. Alright, so these YouTubers didn't exactly purchase this one, however, they still got a cursed object. Dark Arts Paranormal is exploring a massive bottomless cave when they catch a watery section filled with smashed up cars. They don't appear to be concerned about discovering bodies when they open doors and trunks to see what's inside.
What? Yo, guys.
So,
What? Guys, we literally just found a sword. Huh? We literally just found a sword.
That's when one of them discovers it. It's a filth-caked rusted old sword. It had to have been there for a long time. Their enthusiasm fades quickly, and they agree it's time to go. Even though they begin to walk away, hours go by and they become increasingly disoriented. They had no trouble getting in, but they can't appear to find their way out, and to make matters worse, their phones all don't have any signal at the same time. They eventually rise to the surface, seems to be alive but tired out. It's been more than 4 hours, and everyone they know has been calling and leaving anxious messages. I wouldn't feel surprised if the cursed sword led him astray the whole time, however, let me know what you think. Number 8. Crystal Garcia, a YouTuber, and her friend are nervously anticipating the arrival of a haunted porcelain doll they ordered from eBay. They begin by removing a handwritten note from the person from whom they purchased the item.
That's pretty, scary, actually.
The person seems to claim to be a paranormal investigator with hundreds of items, the most effective of which is this one. They soon discover that the doll has been possessed by the spirit of Rebecca, an 11-year-old girl who was empoisoned by her own mother. Watch this section and let me know if you think Rebecca is doing something.
She manifests as a white, smoky, true form, orbs, and streaks of light. However, she came.
Even though the weird object floating in the center could simply be a strand of hair, that doesn't explain why an orb pops up overhead at the exact moment she mentions one. Number 7. Steve Punt works as a private investigator for the BBC. This time, he purchases a cursed painting that is said to be unburnable and puts it to the examination.
It's quite a big flame. The flame is now about 2 feet high.
The flame is off quietly in less than 2 minutes, coincidentally just as it is about to touch the boy. I'm curious if this painting was covered in a fire-resistant substance or if it truly is evidence of a curse. Perhaps if they had begun the fire in the middle of the painting rather than on the right, it would have expanded a little further. Number 6. Geomio9 is a YouTuber who says to have purchased an old photograph that is cursed. Although he initially questioned the legend, soon discovered it to be true with his own eyes. I could be mistaken, however, this appears to be similar to the hologram. And I'm not even certain if they were made at the time. Someone, please tell me in the comments section. Number 5. Darkened Auras, a YouTuber, purchases a cursed doll on eBay and makes up his mind to capture it for supernatural signs. They see it behaving weirdly within the first 10 seconds.
Take your hand away from me. Her eyes are like black on this. Cute. Ew, she's moving.
The doll starts moving backwards and forwards on its own. And, even though I'm not certain if you heard this, she claims that the doll's eyes are light blue in real life but pop up as pitch black on camera. Keep an eye on how the doll turns around when one of them attempts to catch her.
Oh, I can feel it when she does that too. See? What the f***? What is making her do that now?
They keep poking and prod the doll for well over an hour, and at one point they even capture underneath the table to show that there are no magnets underneath, which was my prediction. I urge you to see the entire video and take notes on what else you see, as I'm certain there are many more paranormal moments that aren't shown here. Number 4. It seems that Melanie Bantle and her friends go on a road trip, and eventually purchase a potentially cursed item, despite the fact that none of them realized it at the time. The front and back cover of the album appear normal, however, when they play it, it sounds like someone screaming in an extremely deep voice.
What the hell?
Melanie and her friends believe this record seems to be either cursed or some kind of exploratory music project, even though it's difficult to tell for sure because they don't listen to it for long. I'm curious if any of them had bad luck as a result of making this video. Number 3. 2 pictures from the late 1960s have been acquired by a YouTuber known as Paranormal Response. These paintings are intended for more than just admiration. They record bad dreams before they get to the minds of sleeping children according to legend. Therefore, after over 4 decades of catching bad dreams, you can only think how charged these 2 paintings must be with negative energy. According to Paranormal Response, just being around them gave him a bad vibe. When he films what could be the voice of spirit, he is giving details of the paintings. Please let me know what you hear. Perhaps it's just me, however, it appears that something is moving off camera rather than a voice.
The third time I looked at it, I saw a hand reach.
Anyway, he establishes his spirit box, and it's not long before he's conversing with a spirit associated with the painting. Soon after, he has a bad feeling about the spirit and requests him to leave.
Can I please get the name of the person?
To make matters even stranger, it appears that there was another spirit contacting session prior to this one, but his equipment cannot record it for whatever reason. Number 2. A Magical Life is the name of a paranormal investigator turned YouTuber who purchased this clown puppet despite the fact that it was most likely cursed. She's describing how the puppet always switches off the camera when she finds something hot rake across her arm.
Just got like wicked.
Did you just do that to me?
Based on what I've seen, I'd say most likely. Number 1. This YouTuber recently purchased some scrap cars for dirt cheap. There is, however, one catch.
And it wasn't opening yet, so I just opened this up. If you look here, it's biohazard, so I've been trying to be careful. Look.
The car's airbags were both deployed, and based on the interior, there were most likely no survivors. He drags out a bag of wrecked parts, which brings a bad vibe to me all over, and then moves deeper inside. The center console is filled with strange beads and other different items. It's weird to think that he could be going through the belongings of someone who is no longer alive. He eventually discovers a pair of designer sunglasses, which give me the same strange feeling as before. Please let me know if you intend to bring any of these items or if you intend to leave them alone. Thanks for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe because I upload a new video every day. Or if you're still not convinced, here are some of my other videos that I think you'd like. Enjoy.